Ready ka na, sir?
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to our continuation of SIICaP Space Data Mobilization webinar series, our first webinar for this year, 2023. Thank you for joining us today. I am Draylan Jan Terrible of the High Performance Computing and Information Systems Division. I hope everyone is having a pleasant Friday. So for everyone's information, this is the second meeting of this webinar series. Last December, we opened the series with the disaster risk reduction and management applications, and we learned about how PhilSA and DOST uses space technology in helping us in mitigating disaster impacts. We would like to acknowledge our participants from various local government units, national government agencies, colleges, and universities. So before we start, just a few reminders for our audiences. If you have any questions for our speakers, please do not hesitate to raise your hand or type your questions in the Zoom chat. If you have further questions after this event, please feel free to send them to ccap@fisa.gov.ph. And now, to officially start the program, we would like to welcome Engineer Ruel de la Cruz, the officer in charge of the FISA Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division. Hello, Sir Ruel.
Muted ka, sir.
Happy New Year, everyone. Nakamute pala ako. Sorry. Good morning and thank you for joining us dito sa aming first installment ng 2023 ng SIICaP, no? This iteration deals with applications, no, ng space data. As nung previously na-discuss natin yung disaster application, tapos other environmental applications. Ngayon, we will also see kung saan pa siya ginagamit for our natural resources, no? So itong SIICaP webinar series natin is we're showing you nung bits ng mga ginagawa, no, paano ginagamit yung space data ng PhilSA in general and kung saan natin siya pwedeng i-apply, no. But there are more in-depth pa na applications na ginagawa. So kumbaga, these are preview ng mga pwedeng gamitin to give you an idea kung ano yung pwede nyong i-research, ano yung pwede nyong mapakinabangan, or if you have idea na mabigyan kayo ng idea kung ano yung mga possible things na pwede nyong magawa, no, using yung space data. So I will not hold everyone up. So again, welcome to the first SIICaP webinar series for 2023. And I hope you will learn so much and you will have ideas and data or kung ano man na pwede nyong paggamitan ng aming mga applications from our researchers from PhilSA. Thank you and good morning to everyone.
Thank you, Sir Ruel, for your welcome remarks. Let's proceed to the program. The first presentation for today is entitled Monitoring Natural Resources Using Space Data. To present this is our very own SIICaP member, Engineer Christine M. Bantay. Tin is a senior science research specialist from the Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division. She got her bachelor's degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. She is also currently taking up her master's degree from the Marine Science Institute. She mostly works on coastal and marine applications of remote sensing in the Philippine Space Agency. Let us welcome Engineer Christine Bantay. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, good morning. Let me share my screen lang. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, Steve.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
kita. Okay. So, good morning. So I want to make this an interactive discussion. No? So throughout the talk, I will ask questions. What do you think about this or that? And hopefully you'll be able to participate. So just type on the chat box. So if okay sa inyo, could you send a heart reaction? It's on the top right panel of Teams. So gusto ko lang makita if um you can we can interact with me. All right. Okay, I'm seeing some hearts. Thank you. So, so I'll start the questions na. So alam niyo ba kung saan itong image na to? So do you recognize this? Saan to? Please type sa chat box kung saan sa tingin niyo itong image na to. Yes, Ross Boulevard. Yes, tama. Manila Bay. So, in the past 2 or 3 years, ano kaya yung medyo publicized development na ginawa dito sa Manila Bay? Can you guess? Yes, the Dolomite Beach. So that's a very famous development na ginawa ng last 2 years. So, tingnan lang natin kung paano nag-develop yung Dolomite Beach nitong last 2 or 3 years. So you can see the date on the upper right part of the image. So we'll start with May 2020. And then you will see that by around August or September, nagkakaroon na ng parang konting material dun sa area. And then by September, lumalaki na siya. By December, medyo prominent na yung shape niya. And then as the months go by, nag-iiba din yung shape niya, no? So, ito, nagkaroon ng parang corner. And then, sa next months, parang natangay ng konti towards the southeast. So, those changes are natural, no? Depende rin kasi siya sa flow ng current and naturally, matatangay talaga siya through time. So, I hope that piqued your interest. Marami pa tayong papakita later on. And so, I'll start now with my presentation. I'll be talking about monitoring natural resources using space data. I am Christine Bantay from the Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division. Okay, let's start. When we talk about the space sector, what do we imagine? So, ano ba yung naiisip nyo kapag we're talking about space? So, please type again on the chat box kung ano ba yung naisip natin kapag space sector. Satellites, yes. That's correct. Any other more? Satellite image. All right. So when we talk about the space sector, we can actually categorize roughly the activities into two. So there's the upstream and there's a downstream. So upstream pertains to all our efforts to build things that will go into space. For example, capacitating our engineers here to manufacture our own satellites, and malay natin in the future, we can also send our own people into space. And if you have been attending the SIICaP webinars last year or you have been following Phil sa social media pages, alam niyo na siguro na may pinaplano tayong buuin at i-launch na satellite in the next few years. So that satellite is named MULA. And one of its main purpose is agricultural monitoring in the Philippines. And then downstream naman, on the other side, pertains to activities that use space assets to generate value and services. For example, navigation, satellite communications, Earth observation. So personally, I work on the downstream side. Our division works on the downstream side. So we create value and information from data that we get from the space assets. Specifically, we are working on Earth observation data. So, lagyan lang natin ng konting details yung mga sinabi ko kanina about upstream and downstream. So, paano ba tayo nakaka-generate ng value from start to finish? So, we'll start with the upstream side, no? So this includes the space components and subsystems development and yung supply chain din. And then development also ng mga launch systems, vehicles, services, and then the satellite itself. And then included din doon yung pagiging available ng data and services and pagiging accessible nila. And then after that, the data goes to our ground infrastructure, our ground receiving stations for downloading and hosting. And then the people with the capacity to analyze and generate insights will process these images and will generate information. So for example, there's kunyari sa Mount Apo, medyo tuyo yung mga puno doon. So there's a risk of a forest fire, for example. If we know, if the authorities who decide na may ganun palang may ganung information, they can decide and they can prevent that thing to happen. So pwede silang gumawa ng preventive measures para hindi magkaroon ng forest fire doon. So that information will lead to socio-economic value and benefits. So kung hindi nagkaroon ng fire, hindi na gagastos for rehabilitation, etc. So that is how we realize that is how we generate value from our space assets. Our natural resources in the Philippines. So natural resource management is a major issue in terms of ecosystem sustainability, and its future existence is under severe threat, leading to malfunctioning of humankind. So because our natural resource is important, we need to monitor it. And when we say monitor, it is an act of repeated measurement and analysis of data to evaluate changes in characteristics of a given feature with the goal of meeting a particular management objective. So the keyword here is repeated. Hindi siya isahan lang. I'll get data this year. Okay na yan. No, we have to check on it, on our resources regularly. So alam natin kung ano yung nangyayari. And why do we want to monitor our natural resources? So ang sagot ay, it depends kung ano yung gusto nating tingnan. So pwede tayong mag-plan ng resource management strategies. Pwede rin kung gusto natin mag-detect ng illegal activities. We can also monitor changes in resource availability and quality. And also, kunyari, mayroong company na to na malapit sa river, tingnan natin, pinupulit ba niya yung river? And also, on mining activities, we can check, meron bang effluents or discharges na hindi dapat nandun. So our country is rich in natural resources. So we have a lot of mountains na not all have intact forests, but what is remaining, we should protect, like mossy forest, and we have a really long coastline, and that means we also have a lot of coastal resources. So we also have to learn about them to protect them better. So ano ba yung mga data sources na available? So yung mga nakalist dito, hindi ito lahat, pero para lang magkaroon kayo na idea, ito yung mga usual or mga pwede nating pagkuhaan ng data. So for sovereign satellites, we have Diwata 2 that is owned by the Philippines. And then for Novasar, we are a mission partner. For the open satellites naman, meaning they are free to use, the data is free to use. You can download it online. So we have MODIS, Terra and Aqua, Landsat, and Sentinel, and others here that can be used also. Commercial naman, this means that you have to pay to use this data. So that includes the Dove and SkySat, Worldview, Terasar, And there's also a disaster charter activated data source. So this so ibig sabihin lang nito kapag may disaster, for example, may malakas na bagyo, these satellites will give us yung mga data ng itong satellites ito, they could be given to us for free so that we could analyze their data. So since important nga ang pag-monitor ng natural resources ng ating bansa, PhilSA initiated this project, which is named OPERA, or Operationalization of Environmental and Resource Mapping Applications. This is PhilSA's National Research and Mapping Initiative on Environmental Pollution and Natural Resources using Space Data. So briefly lang, titingnan namin yung air quality, mangroves, benthic habitat, water quality, coastline change, and land surface temperature. Okay, so moving on to the applications ng space data. So first, I will talk about mangrove monitoring. So bakit ba important na mag-monitor tayo ng mangroves? So mangroves are important ecosystems sa coastal intertidal zone. They are productive and diverse and contribute to the low carbon economy, and it protects coast from flood damages. So actually, it prevented more than 1.7 billion US dollars in damages for extreme events sa Pilipinas ng 2018. And mangrove loss is associated with brackish water pond production. So yung mga mangrove areas kasi nakakonvert to ponds. And also damage from storms and extreme weather events. So 62% of global losses dahil sa land use change. Yun nga. So from mangrove areas naging ponds or other areas or pwedeng maging urban or ayan. So sinisira kasi yung areas na yun para i-develop din. So since malaki pala yung yung value niya sa atin, meron din tayong parang incentive to monitor it. So kaya nakapag-develop ng iba't ibang ways to monitor your mangrove. So one of the ways is to use the mangrove vegetation index. So this formula is used on the bands of the satellite image to compute for the MVI or the mangrove vegetation index. So there's a certain value kapag naabot niya yung MVI level na to, baka mangroves na yan. So yung index na to may overall accuracy of 92%. So meaning malaki yung accuracy nito na kahit na compared sa ground data, may 92% sure ka na mangroves yung na-predict niya dun sa area na yun. Example na lang din, this is the mangrove cover in Bulacan. So we used MVI din dito to map the mangrove cover. So may sparse distribution dun sa areas, coastal barangays, and usually present along with fish ponds. Then sabay din nun, we are trying to develop an AI-based approach to mangrove detection. This is in Palawan. So this method is still in development phase. But ito yung na-predict niya. This is Honda Bay. This is Puerto Princesa. All right, let's move on to the next area. So forest canopy heights. So ang ibig sabihin lang ng canopy height is yung height ng tree apex, which is yung topmost point ng tree above the ground. So canopy heights are indicators of forest biomass, species diversity, and other ecosystem functions. So when we say indicator, hindi siya nakaka-measure directly nung sinabi ko kanina, yung species diversity, ganyan. But we know that when forests are not disturbed, hindi napuputol yung mga puno, they will grow higher. And more undisturbed forests will possibly mean higher species diversity. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng indicator. And we can use those things to measure something na hindi kayang makita talaga from the satellite. Like, the species diversity, di mo naman mahirap siya makita. So, it's best to use indicators like this. So, the map displays canopy top heights in the province of Palawan. Ito ay deep learning technique din using Sentinel-2 and LiDAR data. Okay, let's move on naman to land surface temperature. So, urban heat island. So, urban areas where these structures are highly concentrated and greenery is limited become islands of higher temperatures relatively to outlying areas. So, yung dalawang top ay urban heat island. And then yung dalawa naman sa ilalim ay land surface temperature in degrees Celsius. Ito naman in difference ng temperature. So makikita natin na this one is La Mesa Eco Park actually. So makikita natin na malaki yung tawag dito, temperature difference nung urban areas like this, yung mga concrete na compared to the areas na may greeneries pa. So I think this is La Mesa Eco Park, and then this one, yung medyo mas may blue dito sa area na to, I think that's UP Diliman. So makikita natin na may similar patterns ng hot spots and cold spots. And nag-increase din yung temperature ng past 2 years. So this is 2020, maybe, and 2022. Also, looking at the bigger picture sa buong Pilipinas naman, urban heat health risk map. This shows the majority of identified areas that experience high heat health risk values. Makikita siya sa mga from cities, urbanized areas ng Philippines. So, kita nyo naman yung Metro Manila, it's already red. We can also see some higher risk in like Davao, and it says Iloilo and Cebu. So this can be explained by the distribution of urban heat hazard and exposed human population. Next, we'll check the fishing activity using fishing activity monitoring using night lights. So we can actually check how the fishermen or saan pumupunta yung fishermen. Ibig sabihin, saan din merong isda using night lights. So syempre yung mga bangka, meron silang ilaw, and nakikita natin sila using satellite image. So fishing activities can be monitored from space by analyzing night lights. So VIIRS data, ito ay January to June 2020. And makikita natin na prominent yung lights doon sa West Palawan and Sulu. And meron din sa mga inner seas natin. So pwede siyang magamit by national and local government to manage coastal resources and identify na rin yung mga illegal fishing activities. For example, naalala ko may isang paper before na alam nila na Vietnamese fishing boats yung nandito sa loob ng Pilipinas kasi sila lang yung gumagamit ng ganong kind ng light. So yun, interesting din kasi marami tayong insights na pwedeng makuha from these kinds of data. And then we'll talk about pakita ko lang sa inyo a bit about infrastructure and reclamation development. So, I'm showing, may nakikita pa, wait lang, ayan. So, this is Manila Bay. So, alam naman natin na marami talagang reclamation effort sa Manila Bay, no? So, this one is, yung previous image is 2021, and then this next image is 2022. So, nakita nyo, biglang nagkaroon ng surprise, may island na doon. So, hindi ako sure kung ano siya, pero yeah, we can see those kinds of development from space. Next naman. So, sige. Sino nakakaalam kung saan ito? Just a little, ano din, interaction, quiz question. Saan kaya yan? Do you know this area? Clue. Famous tourist spot. Palawan, yes. Saan kaya sa Palawan? Tagaytay? Parang wala, hindi po ata Tagaytay, sir. El Nido, no. Puerto Princesa, hindi po. Coron, yes. I mean, sumagot na pala ng Coron. Sorry, Sir Mark Juro. Okay. So, this is in Coron. Alam nyo ba na nag-expand sila ng kanilang port? So, this image is 2019. And then the next image is 2020. So, ayan. Ganyan kalaki yung iniba or nilaki nung port nila. So, maraming I think maraming natabunan na hindi dapat natabunan dun sa area na yun. So, ayun, malaki talaga yung dinevelop nila dun sa area. Alright, next naman, so this is also in Manila Bay, Bulacan area. So, this is a video, I think. And, so, this is from 2020 to 2022. And makita nyo, I think this is the Bulacan Aerotropolis development. So, makita nyo na before, wala pa. So, itong area na to sa gitna. And then, gradually, nagkakaroon ng shape dito sa gitna. And that's a big development in the area. Okay, so, ito yung interesting part, no? You can actually explore on your own. Ako kasi dati, teka lang ha. So, sino dito yung tumatambay sa Google Maps? So, actually ako dati, before pa ako mag-PhilSA, natutuwa talaga ako tumingin lang sa Google Maps or sa Google Earth. Titingnan ko lang, ito yung bahay namin, or ito napuntahan ko na to, ganyan, or mga ganun. So parang, ano lang talaga, hobby siya, na gusto ko lang tumingin. And interesting din kasi may mga nakikita kang changes din, no? Kahit sa Google Earth lang or sa Google Maps. Kasi meron dong yung parang bar where you can select kung anong year yung gusto mong tingnan dun sa Google Maps. So nakakatuwa din to see some changes dun sa area. Pati street view, tambay ako dyan. So interesting lang for me. And then, so you can explore using that. Also, pakita ko na lang din. This is also an interesting site. So it's called zoom.earth. So pwede nyo i-type lang sa browser nyo zoom.earth. And then makikita nyo yung, kapakitaan niya kayo ng view ng Earth na mayroon silang every 10 minutes ata ang kanilang update nung hindi high resolution, and then meron silang high resolution image twice a day. And then also you can check past typhoons. So kunyari ito, tinype ko lang dito sa search bar. Laser pointer. Tinype ko lang dito sa search bar, Nalgay or yung paeng. And ipapakita niya sa inyo yung track ng typhoon, ano yung itsura ng satellite image, kita nyo andito pa yung yung eye ng storm. So, and then pwede nyo siyang sundan kung ano yung itsura ng image habang dumadaan siya sa Pilipinas. Ganyan. And hindi lang typhoons yung pwede nyo tingnan dito. Ako, tinitingnan ko dati yung waves dito sa area. So, hanap ako ng medyo hindi cloudy na day. And then, ayun, titingnan ko kung ano itsura ng waves dun sa area na yan. So, ayan, pwede kayong mag-explore dito. It's free. Just type zoom.earth sa inyong sa inyong browser. Next naman, I also discovered this. It's called My Ocean. Papakitaan niya naman kayo ng mga physical parameters ng dagat. So, for example, ito, titingnan natin yung seawater temperature dito. So, makikita natin din na interesting din yung yung pattern dito sa north or dito rin kahit sa inner seas natin, hindi lang masyadong kita. And they are driven by currents and winds na nag-interact dun sa surface ng ocean. So, marami pang ibang parameters yan like chlorophyll, salinity, ganyan. You can check it on your own. I think kailangan lang gumawa ng account. So, pwede rin kayo mag-explore dyan. Okay, next naman. Google developed this kind of land cover data set. It's called Dynamic World. Google na lang ulit. Google Dynamic World, ganyan. And ang output nito actually is yung land cover classification. So, makikita natin may water, may trees daw, ganyan. Ito ay, yung red is built up, but it's not 100% perfect, no? So, makikita natin dagat, pero may na-detect siya dun na red na built up daw dito sa areas na to. So, kaya din gumagawa tayo ng mga sarili natin na products kasi yung mga available online, hindi naman sila 100% perfect. And also, hindi lagi nag-fit sa Pilipinas. Yung iba kasi parang yung data nila is mas fit for example, US, ganyan. So, we have to make our own data sets and train our own models para mag-fit, mas mag-fit sa atin dito sa Pilipinas. So, yan. You can also check this dynamic world sa Google. Also, meron din namang space data dashboard ang PhilSA. So, you just go to the sa website ng PhilSA, which is the philsa.gov.ph. And then, makita nyo dun sa parang menu sa taas, merong space data dashboard. You can check that. Meron tayong iba't ibang data like air quality, water quality, and land cover. Tapos also kung medyo marunong kayo mag-code or interested kayo mag-code, magandang platform din yung Google Earth Engine kasi you can get data na hindi mo dina-download sa local machine mo. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangan ng malaking storage on your machine. So, all the processing will happen in the Google Earth Engine. Meron din silang guide kung paano yung syntax nila for the code. So, you can actually learn it on your own kung interested ka. And it's really a powerful tool that you can use for analysis din sa inyong mga work. And then, if you are interested in what PhilSA is doing, how we mobilize space data, meron actually brochure or book na ginawa yung PhilSA about yung mga products natin. You can check this also on the website, philsa.gov.ph, or you can also scan this QR code para ma-divert kayo dun sa book. So, maganda siya kasi parang siyang flip page. And then you can also download it kung gusto niyo mas maging portable. You can check it on your phone. So, ayun, that's it. Maraming salamat. Sana may natutunan kayo, tsaka sana medyo na-inspire kayo to explore space data on your own kasi kaya naman. Hindi namin siya gini-gatekeep na kami lang yung magpa-process. No, you can actually check it on your own. You can explore, you can process kung gusto nyo. And yun, sana naging interested kayo. Salamat!
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Tin, for that very informative presentation. And sana totoo nga po na maraming ma-inspire to check out these amazing tools and kung ano talaga yung ginagawa natin sa PhilSA. And yun, thank you po, Ma'am Tin. So, May we inform you that the Q&A portion of the webinar will be after the next presentation, as both speakers will accommodate the questions on the same forum. And so, let's move on. Let us now proceed to our next presentation entitled Utilizing Remotely Sensed Data to Monitor Air Quality in the Philippines. So this will be presented by Mr. Arlo Jason C. Sabuito. So Mr. Arlo was a GIS or RS analyst of the Phil Microsat program last 2018. He was a research assistant to the Stamina for Space program from 2019 to 2021. And now he is a science research specialist too of the Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division of the Philippine Space Agency. He's also the co-project leader of the Pan-Asia Partnership for Geospatial Air Pollution Information Project and the Pandora Asia Network or PAPGAPI-PAN Philippines project. So now let us all welcome Sir Arlo. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Ayun, hello, good morning. So let me just share my slides. Ayun, can you let me know if okay, kita yung slides?
Yes, sir. Kita naman po.
Yes, ayun, thank you. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for that very lovely introduction. So I'm Arlo Sabuito from the Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division, and I'll be discussing the use of space data for air quality monitoring in our country. But first, I'll be giving an introduction about pollutants so we can be better equipped and understand what we're dealing with here. So according sa World Health Organization or WHO, air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics of the atmosphere. So in a way, what we call natural is a bit relative to how it affects living organisms like us. So that's why air quality is linked to the Earth's ecosystems. For climate, human activities enhancing air pollution are also sources of greenhouse gases. Hence, uh, familiar tayo lahat sa term na global warming. So addressing yung air pollution problems through yung policies and yung actions is a two bird one stone situation. So healthier people and less climate change in the long run. So what is natural for the atmosphere? So sa left, makita nyo yung general composition ng atmosphere. So it's mostly 78% nitrogen gas, 20.9% oxygen, and 0.9% argon. The rest, yung mga trace gases like yung CO2, neon, hydrogen, helium, krypton, and methane, parang less than 1%. Pero malaki rin yung impact nila sa atin. So, for example, yung on the right, yung progression ng CO2 over the years. So, nag-start sila mag-measure noong 1980 and yung na-measure nila na concentration sa atmosphere ng CO2 ay around 315 parts per million. Then, over the years, gradually, pero steadily, pataas siya ng pataas. And recently, yung hindi na recently 2020, pero noong 2020, umabot na siya ng 440 parts per million. So, as you know, yung CO2, greenhouse gas siya. So, tinatrap niya yung init sa Earth. So, nagkakos ng global warming. Then, kung makikita nyo yung mga maliliit na tawag dito, na taas baba is ano lang yan, parang pag sa spring and summer pag tumutubo na yung mga halaman sa northern hemisphere ng Earth. So, natatrap yung mga CO2 ay mga carbon sa mga halaman. So, pero medyo hindi siya ganun ka laki for the grand scheme na pagtaas ng CO2. So, let's talk about yung pollutants. Well, maraming pollutants, but let's talk about yung mga major and yung tinitignan usually natin. So, meron yung NO2. So, NO2, usually galing sila sa mga kotse. So, power stations din and sa mga heating, pero wala tayong heating sa Pilipinas. Siguro sa ibang bansa. Then, yung SO2, primarily comes from electric industries that burn fossil fuels and also from petrol refineries and cement manufacturing can travel long distances. Also, yung major source din ng SO2 naturally ay from volcanoes. So, kung titignan sa mga satellite images and yung minomonitor din ng mga ibang agencies natin, SO2 yung makikita na ini-emit ng mga volcanoes pag active sila. Next, yung familiar gas sa atin, yung O3 or ozone. Siguro familiar yung mga tao pag sinabi siyang ozone layer. Kasi yung sa ozone layer natin, sinasabi na yun yung nagpro-protect sa atin from ultraviolet rays from the sun. And nasa taas siya medyo mas mataas siya na level sa atmosphere. Pero ang sinasabi nating ozone dito, same naman siya na gas pero nagfo-form siya on the ground level. So on the ground level, hindi siya ganun kaganda. Pollutant siya and naka-affect din siya sa health natin. So lahat to can irritate siguro yung yung common na mga symptoms pag mataas yung concentration ng mga to ay yung parang nag-irritate sa lining ng nose, yung throat, ng lungs, nakaubo, tightness of chest, tapos narrowing of airway, naka-enhance din siya ng mga existing na respiratory conditions like yung mga tao na may asthma and yung may COPD. Tapos even linked sa mga parang types ng respiratory cancer, ganun. So, yung last dito ay yung PMs or particulate matter. General term siya for mix ng solid liquids including
Hello, Arlo. Sorry
yes,
if I cut you off muna. We're having problems kasi your slides are not being seen sa YouTube stream natin. So, if it's possible to do the normal share screen na lang sana.
okay.
Thank you.
Sorry. Sorry, nagkaka-problem din ako sa pag-present ng ano. Present window. Mali. Ayan.
Thanks, Arlo. 1 second, let me see if mag-update. Okay, we're good. Go ahead. Thank you.
Ayun. Can you check if nagne-next siya?
We are primary and secondary pollutants still.
Oh, wait.
Ayan, nagne-next na siya.
Ayun. Ay, sorry, nawala ako dito. Ayan, so where were we?
So after O3, sir. So next page na.
Ayun, so after O3, yung particulate matter, mixture ng solid and liquids, including yung carbon, complex organic chemicals, sulfates, nitrates, mineral dust, water, and suspended in air. Sorry, meron ba? Kita ba yung mouse ko? So I can point on things?
Yes. Kita naman.
Yes,
Go
ayun.
ahead.
Thank you. Ayun, so yung PM, ayun nga, medyo general term siya sa mga particulates at certain sizes. So PM varies in size, but yung most dangerous na tinitignan natin ay yung PM10 and PM2.5. So for comparison, ito yung for intuitive comparison, ito yung human hair natin. So PM10 refers to particles with diameters smaller than 10 microns. So PM10, parang around 5 to 7 PM10 particles magkakasya sa breadth ng ano nyo, ng buhok. So ganun siya kaliit. And that's 100 times smaller sa 1 millimeter. Tapos PM2.5 is even smaller, so it's 2.5 microns and less. So makikita niyo sa loob ng isang PM10, kasya yung sa diameter niya yung 4 na PM2.5. So yung mga mas malalaking particles like yung beach sand, kunwari na sabuyan kayo sa mukha, maano naman yun, mahaharang naman yun ng ano natin, ng mga primary defenses natin sa ilong, caught up siya sa mga cilia. Pero yung mga PM10, ayun, yun yung mga pwedeng umabot sa ano natin, sa lungs natin. And yung PM2.5, even further dun sa mga sacs ng ano natin, ng lungs natin. And pag actually may smaller pa na finer particles sa 2.5 na PM1, yun yung mga pwede nang pumasok sa bloodstream natin and associated siya minsan sa certain types of cancer kasi as I mentioned, yung PM ay combination ng mga iba-ibang chemicals. So hindi lang siya definite na composition. So merong mga ways to classify yung mga pollutants so we can better understand them and kung paano natin sila i-model or i-process. So yung isang way is to classify them into primary and secondary pollutants. Yung primary pollutants, simple lang naman, pollutants na directly ini-emit sa atmosphere. So directly injected into the atmosphere by natural or anthropogenic waste. So pwede from towns, homes, factories, mostly sa vehicles, and meron din sa agriculture. Yung natural sources naman ay yung volcanoes, wildfires, well, natural wildfires kasi meron din yung human-induced wildfires. So, ito yung mga primary pollutants, carbon monoxide, nitric oxide, so any nitrogen oxides. So, NO, tas may number. So, nitrogen dioxide, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, also includes yung other oxides ng sulfur, volatile organic compounds, so marami yan, VOCs, includes butane, ethane, and ayun, marami siya. So, group siya together into volatile organic compounds. And yung particulates actually, example nito na directly ini-inject sa atmosphere ay yung mga soot and ash, siguro from volcanoes, and yung factories naglalabas din sila ng mga, sorry, mga particulates. Tapos yung secondary pollutants naman ay yung nagpo-form due to uh, reactions ng primary pollutants with yung other molecules sa atmosphere natin and together with other factors like sunlight and heat. So ayun. Yung ozone is a secondary pollutant kasi gagaling siya from sa reaction ng nitrogen dioxide with yung volatile organic compounds and sunlight. Tapos, yung particulates din, sinabi ko pwede siyang inject from directly and pwede rin siyang ma-form as secondary pollutant kasi nagre-react yung mga particles niya to form yung other combinations ng particulates. So, ayun yung isang way ng pag-classify ng pollutants. Another is simple lang, gas versus particle. So, gaseous pollutant, yun lang yung nagre-remain in gaseous state sa atmosphere. So, yung mga carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, sorry. And yung yung pangalawa is yung particle pollutant. So, solid or liquid in state. So, mainly yung particulates kasi iba-iba rin sila na composition. So mga soot, ash, mga volcanic ash, if naalala nyo yung sumabog yung Taal, may mga na-covered na cities around doon sa area. Tapos, kung mas para sa mga mas dyan, yung pinatubo na mas malaki yung na-cover talaga na layers ng ash. Pwede rin natin i-classify yung pollutants from sa type of source. So, useful tong classification na to para sa mga modeling kasi maintindihan natin kung saan sila nanggagaling. So, yung point, tulad ng volcanoes and factories, single identifiable sila na source. So, pwede mo silang i-represent sa map as a single point. Then, yung line, mostly yung mga roads to. Kasi sa roads, na yung mga vehicular activities, doon nag-emit ng mga pollutants. Hindi necessarily kailangan straight line, basta it's a one-dimensional geometry kahit paliko-liko. So, yung next ay yung area. Yung area sources coming from a certain local. So, yung towns, residential areas, agriculture na malaki, and pwede rin yung wildfires kung na siya. Sobrang laki na talaga siya. So, to summarize, we'll use yung major pollutants na discussed earlier. So example, yung SO2, sulfur dioxides, yung nitrogen oxidants, ozone, and yung particulate matter. Primary parehas, si SO2 and nitrogen oxidants. Although si NO2, pwede siyang secondary din kasi napo-form siya through oxidation. Pero, ayun, mostly primary siya. Yung O3, secondary, kasi nga napo-form siya by natural nitrogen dioxide and volatile organic compounds. Tapos yung PM ay pwedeng primary or secondary. Emission, ito yung source. SO2 is mostly from industry, volcanoes. Nitrogen oxides from transportation. O3, walang nag-emit kasi nafo-form siya. And yung PM ay from maraming source, industry, transportation, natural sources. So sa source type, si SO2 mostly point, yung factories and volcanoes. Line si NO2, O3, NA dahil secondary siya, and PM, lahat rin, marami. For the status, gas, tatlong gas, and particle yung particulate natin. So, moving on sa air pollution sa Philippines, ito may graph makita nyo from 2011 to 2018 na consistently pataas ng pataas yung vehicular count sa Philippines. So ito lang yung regions sa Pilipinas. And yung rate ng pagtaas niya is around 2 million per year. So ayun nga, vehicles are a major source of yung mga nasabi nating pollutants. So NO2, PM2.5, and PM10. And according then, actually yung kanina is according to DENR, and this also yung concentration na particulate matter and carbon monoxide, mataas siya sa mga city-rich areas, and yung sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide, same, mataas sila sa sa mga city-rich areas. City-rich, mga populated areas. And yung sa sulfur dioxide, particularly, medyo may effect din kasi if active yung volcano sa area. So, doon makukuha yung mataas na SO2. Ngayon, ground data collection for air monitoring, ito yung mga ground sensors na meron yung Pilipinas from sa report ng ENB, so Environmental Monitoring Bureau ng DENR. So nationwide, ito yung mga mga ground stations nila, ito yung mga type ng ground monitoring stations, and ito yung ginagamit para makakuha ng kung ano yung air quality doon sa area. So maganda to kasi yung data na makukuha mo is yun talaga yung nalalanghap ng mga tao doon sa area na yun. Pero pwede pa natin tong i-augment with yung satellite data. And with satellite data sa vantage point ng space, mas malaki yung coverage. So essentially buong Earth yung coverage ng some satellites like yung Sentinel 5P. So pwede nating mapagsama yung dalawang data kasi may limitation yung satellite na pag may clouds, mahirap kumuha ng measurements. Pero on the ground naman ay hindi ka makakapaglagay everywhere kasi may mga inaccessible areas like yung forest or may budgetary concerns kasi hindi natin kayang lagyan yung kalat-kalat talaga ng sobrang dense na sensor sa buong Pilipinas for now. So ayun, pwede natin silang pagsamahin for a more comprehensive na more accurate na measurements na pwedeng gamitin for policy making and decision making para dun sa lugar. So, yun, PhilSA, Space Agency, the Philippine Space Agency, part ng key development areas. Yung key development areas pala namin ay national security and development, space research and development, hazard management and climate studies, space education and awareness, space industry capacity building, saka international cooperation. So, part nun, yung hazard management and climate studies, we aim to mobilize yung space data to create, to produce yung mga applications na meron na din-discuss namin. And part nun nga, yung air quality. So, just a quick background lang, quick space info lang before we move on para magamit natin mamaya ay yung orbits ng satellite. So, merong geosynchronous and polar orbiting satellites. So, yung geosynchronous, yun yung sumusunod sa rotation ng Earth. So, ay ito. If umaandar na yung GIF sa screens nyo, sumusunod siya sa rotation ng Earth. So, yung area coverage niya is same every time. So, nakikita nyo, sinusundan niya. So, ang nakikita niya lang talaga yung specific area na yon. So, pwede kang kumuha ng measurements throughout the day, every day. So, marami yon. Pero medyo downside is medyo malayo siya. So, mababa yung resolution, pero mataas yung temporal coverage niya. Ngayon, meron naman yung polar orbiting satellite. Yung sa geosynchronous, may special type ng geosynchronous, yung geostationary. Ano lang siya, sumusunod lang siya sa equator. Ayun, geostationary satellites. So, yung polar orbiting naman, yun yung dumadaan sa poles, near the poles. And ang advantage niya over sa geostationary ay mas malapit siya and yung coverage niya, kaya niyang kunan yung buong Earth. Although, usually, yung mga satellites ay nag-orbit, ay kumukuha at the same time every day. So, once per day, yung kuha, usually, sa same area, same time. Pero, buong Earth na yung kuha na. So, yung mga ganitong orbit, yung dalawang orbit na yan, pwede yung ipag-sync together to get a better coverage and better resolution both temporally and spatially para sa improved air quality monitoring. So yung nationwide air quality monitoring na initiatives ng PhilSA, isa yung part ng OPERA gamit yung OPERA yung discuss natin kanina and part nun yung air quality monitoring. Tapos nationwide air quality monitoring using yung Sentinel-5P. Sentinel-5P ay isang polar orbiting na satellite and sun synchronous, meaning sa same time of the day siya kumukuha sa isang area. So, pwede tayo makuha dyan ng daily images and free yung data. So, you can download sa website nila. I can link later kasi nasa presentation na separate. So, here, we can see yung if umaandar ba sa inyo yung QI?
Yes, sir.
So, ayun, thank you. So, makikita natin dito yung concentration ng NO2 monthly. So, process namin siya into monthly data and makikita nyo kung saan siya talaga nagko-concentrate na mahirap makita if points lang on the ground. I mean, if baka hindi ma-represent ng isang station yung ganitong spatial distribution ng NO2. So, makikita natin na monthly, dito siya nagko-concentrate sa area na to and if magtaas siya or mababa, ayun, throughout yung observation time. Tapos, we can also observe yung SO2 concentration like here sa Taal. Well, hindi yung recent na Taal, pero hindi yung eruption ng 2020, but yung medyo mas mga recent. Kasi may activity pa rin siya, believe it or not, nag-i-split pa rin siya ng emission. So, paminsan-minsan naglalabas siya ng maraming SO2. So, dito sa graph, makikita nyo nung 2020, yung blue na line. Ito yung eruption niyan, yung January. So, for buong January to. Tapos, yung 2022, yung January din, ay padulan ng January, nag-spew siya and nawala ulit. So, ito yung image niya. Next. So, medyo mas focus na study ay yung pagtingin ng NO2 sa 4 na major cities sa bansa and tinignan yung effects ng COVID-19 sa emission. So, ayun, meron tayong ganong correlation. Makita natin na itong graph na to ay relative change. So, kinompare yung mga values from 2020 to 2022 before pandemic, so 2019. So, kung titingnan natin dito sa unang part, pwede nating masabi na compared to 2019, itong time na to ay mas mababa. So, bakit siya mas mababa? Kasi diyan unang inimpose yung lockdowns ng COVID-19. So, bakit siya bumaba? Kasi yung restrictions sa mobility, hindi tayo nakalabas, hindi tayo nakapag-drive. So, bumaba yung emission talaga ng NO2 sa lahat ng city. So, hindi ko pala sabi city, yung NCR, Davao, Cebu, and yung Legazpi. So, prominent talaga yung pagbaba niya. And nung nagkaroon ng relax guidelines, so yung mga madaming kung ano-anong guidelines na tawag, medyo tumaas na ulit siya. Pero not so much na kumpleto na talaga na kasing taas all throughout ng 2019. Then, nagkaroon ulit ng COVID surge dahil sa relaxed guidelines. Or hindi, dahil pwede rin maraming iba ring factors. And, ayun, lang siya, continuous lang na surge, guidelines na mataas. Then, yung Omicron surge noong 2022, if naalala nyo, after nung holidays, nalalanta na si Omicron na mas infectious na variant ng COVID. Then bumaba ulit yung emissions. And if titignan niyo dito nga sa GIF, makikita niyo yung pattern na to. So yun lang, dito siya kinukuha din. And yung mga ganyang details, mga ganyang information makukuha natin from satellite data. Meron din yung pagsabog ng Taal, yung famous pagsabog ng Taal ng 2020. So, sa left side nakita nyo geostationary na satellite, yung Himawari. Feeling ko familiar tayo, narinig natin binabanggit ng Pag-asa, and it's a weather monitoring satellite. So nakatingin lang siya talaga sa isang area, medyo Asia na area. So ito yung Philippines noong January 12, I think. So kitang-kita niyo yung pag-angat ng in-spew niya na materials. So mostly ash dito and pumunta sa northern part ng Luzon. Then sa right side, may kita niyo yung image ng Taal before and after. So sa left side, yung mas vegetated niya na version. And after no eruption, covered na siya ng soot and ash. So puti na talaga siya. Then in the air quality perspective, pwede natin tignan yung SO2 nung mga times na yan. So from 2019 ulit, kinompare yung data kasi 2019 wala pang masyadong nangyayari. And kung makikita nyo dito sa GIF, clear lang yung Taal. Then starting January 2020, ayun, naglabas siya kaagad ng sobrang dami. Then ulit siya, nagmelo ulit siya, wala ulit siyang activity for the next few months. Then sa 2021, dito sa graph na makita nyo, ay naglabas na naman siya ng materials, and from time to time, nagre-release ulit siya ng SO2 emissions. So tinitingnan natin yan, monitor natin yan. And from space. Tapos yung iba naman na cities like yung Legazpi na near din sa dalawang volcano, Mayon and may isa, Bulusan. Ayun, so makita rin na paminsan-minsan may mga activity siya na increase SO2 emissions. So next, aside from Opera is yung kanina, yung project na PILSA, may isa rin na collaborative project si PILSA with yung Korean counterpart natin. So, ang pangalan niya ay Pan-Asia Partnership for Geospatial Air Pollution Information Project and Pandora Asia Network, or the PAPGAPI-PAN Philippines Project. So, air quality monitoring sa using yung GEMS satellite. GEMS satellite ay geostationary din. So, as you recall, nakatingin lang siya sa isang area, and ito yung area na tinitignan niya. So, part yung Philippines nun. And so, partner din tayo dito sa paggamit ng data, and yung Pandora instrument, kaakibat niya yung Pandora instrument na ground sensor na plano i-deploy all throughout dito sa area na to, sa buong Asia na to. So sa Philippines, plan ay dalawang area sa Philippines para mag-serve as calibration and validation data dito sa GEMS. So ito yung isa sa mga good example na ini-integrate yung ground data with yung satellite data para makakuha tayo ng mas robust and mas maganda na information. So ito yung GEMS. Ito lang din yung area coverage niya, yung pinakita kanina sa product. And ito yung specifications niya na hindi na ako mag-delve masyado, pero ang halaga dito ay makita natin na mataas yung temporal resolution niya since nakatingin na siya sa isang lugar all the time. So 1 hour yung interval. So every 1 hour may makukuha siya na ganit na sobrang dense na data na ginagamit to retrieve yung mga measurements. Tapos yung Pandora naman is yung equipment on the ground to validate and calibrate yung satellite. So nagme-measure siya ng mga iba-iba ring gases tulad ng O3, yung ozone, NO2, SO2, CHO, and others. Sorry. So gumagamit siya ng differential optical absorption spectroscopy or DOAS. So ito yung isang study na tinignan ng mga researchers natin in PhilSA. Pag-compare nung polar orbiting na satellite, which is yung Sentinel-5P, Tropomi rin yung name niya, and with yung GEMS sa Philippines. So nakita siya ng good correlation naman with yung geostationary satellite. Meaning na we can use yung data hand in hand, and ayun nga, mas ma-integrate natin, mas dense yung makuha nating data, and we can compare them with each other. Being may sarili sila na advantages, yung Tropomi, mas medyo high resolution siya compared sa GEMS, pero si GEMS ay mas madami kumuha all throughout the day. So ayun, pwedeng pag-combinein yung mga strengths nila to get better information. And ito yung mga data na free and pwede nyo ma-download din from GEMS. So aerosol optical depth, yung NO2, total ozone, UV index, single scattering albedo, and much more. So ayun, nandito lang sa website, and please do visit rin yung PhilSA website na sinabi ni Tim kanina. With that, thank you for bearing with me.
Thank you po, Sir Arlo, for that very informative presentation. So, ayun, ang dami po nating natutunan, and hopefully, sana, as well as yun sa presentation ni Ma'am Tin, may inspire tayo sa ating audience for today. So, all right. Now let us proceed na po to the Q&A for our two speakers. So may I request Ma'am Tin also to open her camera. So this is the time to raise some questions. Meron na po tayong mga ilang na note. So maybe salita na lang po yung natin ng questions. So sa mga audience, you can just type your questions po sa chat box or sa Q&A tab. So first question for Ma'am Tin. So this is a
Hello.
question from Brico. This is from YouTube. The question is, may mga areas na po ba na block ng satellites? So
All right.
parang
So I guess the question is kung meron bang areas na hindi pwedeng kunan ng satellite image. So ang answer, simple answer dyan is lahat, wala namang pwede makapigil dun sa satellites to get image on that area, but there are certain kind of agreements or parang arrangements. For example, sa Philippine Space Agency, images taken on sensitive areas, for example, the West Philippine Sea, is handled by another division sa atin. So that's the Space Securities and Technology Division. So and also pwede rin magkaroon ng kind of arrangements. For example, kung hindi dapat masyadong mataas yung resolution dun sa area, parang ganun. So ayun. It's just basically handling the data differently for us, for the Philippine Space Agency.
all right. Thank you, Ma'am Tin. So next question is for Sir Arlo. Why is sulfur dioxide so high in northern Mindanao? This is from YouTube also. From coffee is the path to victory. What a nice username. Alright.
Sorry. So, ayun. Hindi ako ganun ka-familiar, honestly. Sorry, dun sa nirelease na data ng ah, ng EMB. And I can only speculate na if mataas yung sulfur dioxide sa area, it can be from if may presence na factory or na electricity generating na ano dun sa area. And if may active na volcano. So, pwede nating tignan and ayun nga yung magandang advantage. Pwede natin i-check and pwede natin tignan kung bakit nga ganon yung doon sa ano area na yun.
Alright, sir. Okay. So next question also it's also for Ma'am Tin. So
Bakit yung Maria Cristina nun?
can Diwata 2 be used in conjunction with the disaster charter satellites?
Hello. So, basically, yes, no? Kung merong capture dun sa location natin at the time na gusto natin. So, depende na lang siya actually sa timing. Kung merong data, yes, of course, we can also use it.
Alright. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, going back to Sir Arlo. So, this is a question from Mesa. It's from YouTube. So, any plans for providing an air quality forecasting service to the public to alert people when pollution level gets too high?
Well, we have studies na mag-forecast ng air quality using yung satellite data, and there is already a forecasting agency na mandated para mag-release ng ganitong klaseng data. So, pwede kayong pumunta sa air.env.gov.ph. Actually, pwede kong i-link. So, dito makikita yung saan pwede i-paste yung answer? Or saan pwede i-paste yung link? Sa chat na lang.
Yes, sir. You can directly paste it on the chat.
Ayun. So, meron silang may air quality index sila to inform the public kung okay yung air quality sa ganitong area. So, ayun.
All right, sir.
Ayan.
Thank you. So, this is a question for Ma'am Tin. So, how do the LGUs and NGAs and NGOs benefit from the maps that you have produced or the PhilSA produced?
Okay, so basically, ang goal kasi talaga natin is to give information to the decision makers. Hindi tayo yung nagde-decide for them or hindi tayo nag-act for them, but we want them to have the information so that they can make an informed decision. So for example, mag-release tayo ng map saying na we saw some illegal logging activities here. When they have that information, they can act on it. Depende na lang if they want to act on it. So, yun yung isa sa mga ways na pwede mag-benefit yung NGOs and LGUs natin. So, basically just them making a more informed decision dahil sa mga data na pwede nating ibigay sa kanila.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ma'am Tin. So, next question po. It's for Sir Carlo. So, Arlo, sorry. Meron po bang standard value here in the PH to calculate AQI or the air quality index? It's a question from Mr. John Kiv Noel Diculen.
So, I'm assuming yung yung question na to ay directed about dun sa space data. Kasi if ground stations and ground monitoring stations na air quality, meron nang nire-release yung EMB, air quality monitoring. So, yun din yung sinend ko na site kanina. So, actually, air quality index talaga yung release nila, and nandoon if good, fair, or high yung air quality doon sa area na yun. Or if sa satellite, kung merong ganun, fundamentally kasi iba yung nami-measure natin sa ground using yung ground monitoring stations with yung satellite. So sa satellite, may mga nakikita pa tayo na nakikita natin yung total column, meaning yung buong column ng atmosphere. So it includes yung sa mga nasa taas na concentration as opposed to sa ground na kung yun talaga yung nahihingan ng mga tao. So may relative sa health ng mga tao, ganito siya kataas, hindi siya okay. Pero if satellite, pwede natin siyang i-relate. Pwede natin siyang i-relate with ground stations, ground data, para makakuha ng relative na value siguro kung ano yung mataas na yung na level. Pero hindi talaga siya standard. Pwede lang natin siyang i-relate. Ayun.
Ayun. Thank you, sir. So, I think there would be another... Oh, this is a question for Miss Tin. Where can I gather free high-resolution satellite images higher that of Sentinel-2? It's from Mr. Juan Enrique. Yeah.
So actually, yung ibang satellites kasi talaga na medyo high resolution, may bayad na. Although I can say na sa planet, you can actually if you have a university email, for example, sa amin at up.edu.ph, I think pwede kang mag-apply for a research or educational account. I think nalimutan ko kung ano yung tawag sa kanya specifically, pero kapag nag-apply ka doon and in-approve nila, pwede kang mag-download ng mga high resolution images, pero may limit lang. I think that's 10,000 square kilometers per month, I think. So ayun, if you do have a university account, try to register sa Planet. Baka ma-approve yung education account, and then you will be able to download high-res images from them.
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Tin.
May I add?
All right,
May
sir.
I add so, if you are a research institute na with partner PISA or NGO, LGU, pwede kayo mag-request sa PISA na images na meron kami. So, kailangan lang siyang padaanin through sa SM code. So, last SIICaP, nag-present sila, and yung Daloy project. So, yun yung project for yung storage and acquisition data and yung pagbigay sa partners. So, ayun, pwede yung kontakin yung SM code through yung email na provide last time.
Ayun. All right. Thank you po, sir, for that backup. So next question, I think this can be answered by both of you. So what is the best FISA product to use for shoreline changes? It's a question from Miss Tina M from YouTube.
Okay, so if PhilSA product mismo, we're still in the development phase of the coastline change detection. But there are actually different techniques that you can use. So you can use indices or the NDWI. You can also use optical images. Actually, pwede mong i-manual it case kung gusto mo lang. Yung kunyari, this year, ganito yung itsura nung coastline, and the next year, ganito naman yung itsura. And there are other ways to do this, but for the PhilSA product itself, it's still in the development phase. Maybe mid this year, meron na kaming mailabas for it.
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Tin. Sir Arlo, do you have anything to add?
Wala. Okay.
So, next question. So, Sir Arlo, what is the greenhouse effects in the temperature in our country in the air quality? It's from Mr. Richard Raymond Garcia.
Greenhouse effects specifically in our country. So, uh, let me start siguro sa ano rin sa globally. Yung greenhouse effect ay nakaka-increase nga ng temperature ng general temperature, ambient temperature. So, hindi siya simple lang na umiinit. Parang yung skeptics ng um, global warming sinasabi, hindi naman mainit dito, ganyan. So, iba-iba. May nag-ano siya may mga complex na reactions, interactions with other factors na stemming from that warming effect. So, kahit 1 degree lang ng change, sobrang laki na yung effect sa iba-ibang parts ng mundo. So, yung isa makikita nyo na um, natutunaw na yung mga polar ice caps, and yung isa na prominent na nakaka-affect sa country natin ay yung intensifying ng mga dumarating na bagyo. If napapansin nyo, sobrang lalakas na ng mga dumarating palagi na bagyo and mas matagal and all that. So, yun siguro yung isa sa mga primary na effects sa atin sa Pilipinas. As for yung temperature, pwede natin i-check yung trends ng temperature. Meron din satellite data for that. I think you can download from yung NASA yung Terra Aqua na LST, and nagpo-produce rin si PhilSA and operationalize down the line. Tapos, I think we might expect na pataas rin yung temperature natin throughout the years. So, but this needs validation, so titingnan rin. Pero nararamdaman, feeling ko umiinit talaga. Ang init palagi. Ayun lang. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sir Arlo, for that answer. So, I think there is one question here. But this can be answered by all of the FISA staff, maybe, that's currently present in this forum. So, this is a question from YouTube. It's from Coffee is the Path to Victory. So, the question is anyone updating the FISA Wikipedia page? It shows the budget for 2021, but what happened in 2022? So, I think this is not really related in this forum, but we have the answer. So, yeah. So I think Miss Jo can someone from the FISA can answer this.
Hi, hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, hello. Sige, I can answer that question on behalf of the public relations team na rin of PhilSA. So, medyo hindi kasi siya related dun sa topic, but I get the concern. Actually, we don't really edit our own Wikipedia pages kasi may terms of service yata or guidelines sa Wikipedia on who can edit certain pages. And if you're affiliated with that company or agency, they strongly discourage that kasi may parang pwede kasing magkaroon ng conflict of interest. However, if you're concerned about the PhilSA's budget and yung mga kung saan na to, we actually have our annual reports on our website. So you could just check philsa.gov.ph. Andun siya under transparency. Andun yung annual reports natin for 2020 and 2021. Upcoming pa lang yung 2022 annual report natin. So stay tuned for that. And the PhilSA website is actually very comprehensive. Andun lahat ng projects, programs, pati na rin yung ayun, yung mga concerns about where the funding goes. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ma'am Jo. And hopefully that answered the concern. So moving on, this is I think you can be answered from the two of our speakers. So in terms of imagery utilization, for what purpose do LGUs institutions mostly use them whenever they ask for some such from PhilSA? Sorry if that's. So can I repeat? So in terms of imagery utilization, for what purpose do LGUs institutions mostly use them whenever they ask for such from PhilSA? So it's from a question from Mr. Mark Jerome. I think this is directed to Sir Arlo, but you can also answer Miss Teen.
So, ayun. So, in terms of imagery utilization, ah, pag may nagre-request and na LGU or other institution, usually for land cover, yung tinitignan nila. And if may ano pa sila, may further need pa sila, yung image naman ay available, so pina-process nila into other if may kopya na sila. Then meron kaming project, Pinas. So, nagpa-partner kami with LGUs. Marami na kaming pinuntahan na lugar and partner LGUs na pinagbigyan ng data. So, not just requested data, kung ano yung mapro-provide namin. This includes yung mga land cover maps for the area, yung tree canopy height, yung LFT, air quality. So, lahat ng data binibigay na namin para kung ayun, meron sila and magamit nila if kailangan. Tin, would you like to add to that?
Siguro ano na lang din, add ko na lang. So wala kasi kaming stats. Hindi sa division namin yung stats nung pag-request ng data. It's sa division ng SM Code, yung nabanggit kanina, na kung saan tayo pwedeng mag-request ng data. Yun lang. And then, yes, Pinas is an ongoing and a big project in PhilSA. We want the LGUs to use the data. Ayaw namin na ma-stock lang sa amin. We want them to have the data and para makagawa sila ng, as mentioned earlier, informed decision.
Yun. So thank you po for that wonderful answers. So I think there's a question also here. I think this can be answered by both of you, ma'am and sir. So I think the context of this is the operations in FISA. So what are some technical problems that FISA encountered? So I think the context should be in the operation side or yeah.
Technical problems.
It's from
Uh,
Justin Largado. Yeah.
Okay. For one, isang example ng technical problem na na-encounter ay yung availability ng data. So, may one time na nasira si Beers. So, yun yung sensor aboard a satellite na kumukuha ng night lights na ginagamit for one product ng PhilSA. And another is yung complete na pagbagsak ni Sentinel-1, yung isang twin satellite ng Sentinel. So, na-cut in half yung data na available freely. Other examples ng technical problems, siguro hindi technical problem in general, pero yung issue with yung kunwari hindi available rin, hindi usable yung data kasi from cloud cover or may mga artifacts na hindi pwedeng matanggal. Ayun, so may mga ganong problem na minsan naka-impede ng pag-produce ng product. Ayun.
Siguro emphasize ko na lang din na malaking problem talaga yung clouds sa Pilipinas. Most of the months talaga ay cloudy and bihira or swerte kung makakuha ka ng image na wala talagang clouds. Siguro ano na rin, add na lang din natin kasi syempre we're using satellite data. These images are syempre malayo from the ground that we're taking images of. So, minsan, hindi rin tayo kaagad nakakakuha ng ground validated data. For example, to validate kung ano yung nakikita natin sa satellite. So, tama ba na ganito yung itsura talaga nito sa ground? So, yun.
Ayun. So thank you po for that answers. I think there's another one. I think and there's still time to accommodate these questions. So does PILSA offer free vector SHP file data and where can I access them freely for research purposes? It's from Sir Zach Montefalco from YouTube. Ma'am Tined,
Ah,
Sir Arlo can answer. Wait.
okay, so um for a specific application, you may want to contact SMCOD for the details. Kasi if medyo specific yung application and tailored yung vector, uh, kung may capacity kami na i-provide, ipaprocess naman namin, dadaan naman sa mga researchers, and if ma-produce ibibigay through sa SM code. So contact na yung SM code. If yung mga data naman na like yung mga boundaries, you could ask the mandated agencies for that. So ayun. Merong site for yung collated na mga data, mga geospatial data, yung sa Philippines. I think it's, sorry, let me just check. So, proceed kayo. Check ko lang kung saan.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Geoportal ata?
Yeah. So,
geoportal.gov.ph. Type ko na lang sa chat box.
Okay. May add pa po kay Ma'am Tin?
Wala na. From me.
Alright. So thank you po for that answers. I think we have still few minutes left. So if there's wag na pong mahiya magtanong yung audience. I think but we can answer this one. I think this is from Sir Arlo. For Sir Arlo, rather. Is the Philippines affected by pollutants coming from other countries?
so there's evidence of long-range transport pollutants from other countries due to wind flow. So basically, nililipad sa atin yung mga pollutants from them. Yung specific examples, I can name a few. So meron one time sa wildfire from, I think, Indonesia na nilipad hanggang sa airspace ng Philippines. Pero ayun, so mga ganong instances, since yung SO2 ay pwedeng matransport ng malayo, matagal siyang mag-dissipate. So, yeah, yung mga ganong cases, possible mangyari.
All right. Thank you, sir. So I think that's it for the Q&A portion of our program for today. So thank you very much for all the participants who asked question, and thank you, Miss Tin and Sir Arlo, for answering. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, ma'am and sir. And,
Bye!
all right, and then so let's proceed to the next part of our of our program. So before we end, we prepared a quick game for you. So para naman malaman natin if may natutunan nga ba tayo sa mga presentations. So this would be presented to us by Mr. Dan Vergara from the Space Data Mobilization and Applications Division. is the one to facilitate the game. So take it away, Sir Dan. Oh, Sir Dan, I think you're muted po.
Okay. Ayan, naririnig na po ako?
Yun. Okay na po.
Okay. Hi, good morning. I'm Dan from Space Data Mobilization Applications Division. And before tayo mag-start, 'di ba napakadaming application ng satellite data. Last month na ano yung sa DRR sa pag-response sa DRRM. Tapos ngayon naman
Sir, na-mute po ulit. Sorry.
yan
Ayan.
sa Environment and Natural Resources Application Monitoring. Tapos next month, sa Agri naman. So, napakadami talaga ng ng applications at pwedeng gamitan ng satellite data. So, na-inspired ba kayo? So, comment naman kayo kung na-inspired kayo at kung para ma-check rin namin kung nandito pa kayo sa chat. Hello? Yan. Yes. All right. So, let's start.
Muted ka ulit, Dan.
Hello?
Okay na. Go.
Narinig niyo po yung screen ko? Ay, narinig niyo po?
Yes, naririnig ka. And yung
So,
music.
punta po tayo sa menti.com, tapos enter po yung code na 31514946. Wait. Medyo mahina na po ba yung music?
Medyo nawala na, sir.
Ayan.
Nawala rin.
Yan, may 32 participant pa tayo. May 32 participant na tayo. Gusto ko lang palang i-announce na wala pala tayo ngayon pang prizes sa mga winners. But I hope mag-join pa rin kayo kasi makakatulong ito sa pag-assess namin kung may natutunan ba kayo at para ma-improve namin yung next webinars namin. Okay, ready na ba? Wala ang music. Wala pa rin po. Meron. Okay. So, ready? Type naman kayo kung ready na. Yan, 49 participants. Let's start na. May ipa-flash ako sa screen na questions. Tapos you have 15 seconds to answer po. Tapos yung yung pinakamabilis mas malaking chance na maging top 1 sa quiz. So, first question. Question number 1. Parang naglaga. What is the National Research and Mapping Initiative of PhilSA on Environment and Natural Resources? A. DENR. 2. Opera. 3. SIICaP. 4. Minero. Time's up. And the answer is Opera. Bakit? Opera. Yung DNR, siya yung department natin para sa environmental and natural resources. po. Pero hindi mahiwalay po yung PhilSA tas DNR. Tas yung opera po yung tamang sagot. Yung SACA po is project po siya na PhilSA na related naman sa agriculture. Yung Minero naman po sa energy resources. Yung SACA baka i-introduce to next month kasi agriculture yung topic. Let's proceed. Tingnan natin kung sino yung nanguna at nakakuha. Nanguna. So, Beyonce. Ang bilis ni Beyonce, tapos sunod si Umbrell, tapos third si Homer. So, for second question, what are these important and productive ecosystems in the coastal intertidal zone which harbor diverse species and naturally protect the coastline? A. Fish ponds. B. Mangrove. 3. Estuary. 4. Wetlands. Yay! Mangroves! Oh, may nagsagot pa na, may nagkamali pa pala doon. Napaka-importante po talaga ng mangroves. So, we should protect and save it. So, tanong muna sa leaderboard. Si Beyonce pa rin. Oh my gosh. Parang ano to, babae to for sure. Judgmental ako, sorry. So, let's proceed to third question. Why do we want to monitor our natural resources? A. To plan resource management strategies. B. To monitor changes in resource availability and quality. 3. To detect illegal activities. Or all of the above. Yay! Kaya all of the above po yung tamang sagot. Bali, yun, yung para ma-plan yung resource management strategies, tapos monitor yung changes, tapos detect yung illegal activities. So, yung iba, feel ko, need pa natin ng ng review. Pwede natin ito ma-review sa YouTube channel natin sa PhilSA. So, kapag medyo hindi kayo naintindihan, pwede natin balikan. Let's proceed to the leaderboard. Sino nanguna? Oh my God. Si Beyonce pa rin talaga. Tapos sinundan ni Watsons and Tumbolo. Go girl! Let's proceed to fourth question. This pertains to the part of the space sector which generates services and value from space asset. A. Uplink. B. Downlink. C. Upstream. D. Downstream. So, na-emphasize to kanina ni Ate Tin. 15 lang ang nakasagot ng tama. So, yung upstream is yung pag-send ng mga satellites. Tapos yung downstream yung pag-process ng mga satellite products mostly, ganyan. So, uplink, downlink, not sure kung ano to. Let's proceed to leadership's leaderboard. Nagkamali si Beyonce. Oh, nandito si Sir Raymar. Ay, Sir Raymar. Oh, galing, humarurot si Billy, tapos si Sir Raymar, tapos si Kate. Congrats! Beyonce, bawi tayo, girl. Fifth question. What is the most common limitation of the use of satellite optical imagery, especially in the Philippines? A. Large bodies of waters. B. Clouds. C. Lot of built-up areas. And D. Low resolution. Yes. Clouds. Tama. Yan. Clouds. Marami naman nakakuha ng tamang sagot. So, bakit kaya yung iba? Or mali lang napindot for sure. So, let's proceed to the leaderboard. Parang nagbago. Ay, hindi. Oh, Raymar. Si Sir Raymar. Tapos, sinundan ni Jude. Tapos, ni Kate. Question number 6. What is the most abundant gas in our atmosphere? Oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, carbon dioxide, or argon? Nitrogen gas. May nagko-comment po na NO2. Bale nitrogen dioxide po siya, hindi po siya na medyo hindi sila similar ata sa N2, which is not nitrogen gas lang. Sorry sa pag-correct. Next, punta po tayo sa leaderboard. Hindi ko na nakikita pangalan ni Beyonce. Oh, ang bilis ni Kate. Siya na yung nangunguna ngayon. Sinundan ni Sir Raymar tapos ni Jude. Question number 7. What is the type of pollutant originating from a known locale? A. Point. B. Particle. C. Area. D. Secondary. Medyo may disadvantage nga po to yung game natin sa mga mahihina ang net. Sorry. The correct answer is area. Konti lang yung nakatama ng sagot. So, review po tayo nung webinar po natin ngayon para malaman natin kung saan siya binanggit. Nagkamali yung top 9. So, si Gwen ang pinaka-fastest. Bakit ganun? Hindi pa rin nagbago yung si Kate pa rin, to si Sir Raymar, tapos si Jude. So, let's proceed to question number 8. What type of satellite orbit follows the rotation of the Earth along the equator? A. Geosynchronous. B. Polar orbit. C. Sun-synchronous. D. Geostationary. A. Hindi po A, kundi geostationary. Ito po yung nabanggit kanina na himawari tapos gems. Bali madalas ito yung ginagamit sa mga ng mga meteorological agencies. Like Pag-asa, para makapag-provide ng continuous monitoring talaga. Kaya yung Pag-asa parang yung himawari every 5 minutes meron siyang captures. Kaya napakalaking bagay kasi lalo na kapag may bagyo na natin kung saan yung track, tapos na-monitor talaga natin. Leaderboard. Daisuke. Parang nagkamali ulit si Sir Raymar pati si Kate. So, napalitan. Nanguna na si Jude, tas Daisuke. Yay! Ang bilis. So, bawi tayo guys. Kaya pa yan. May 2 questions pa. Let's proceed to 9. Sorry, naghahang yung ano ko, screen. Oh. Question number 9. What is the name of the ground instrument under the Papgapi Pan project? GEMS, Pandora, Tropomi, PM meter. Ground instrument po ito yung sinasabi yan. Yes, Pandora. Siya po yung ground instrument. Nagbigay pa ako ng hint. Yung GEMS kanina, satellite siya. So, tingnan natin kung sino na yung nangunguna. Si Jude, tapos Billy, tapos sinundan ni Kate. Last question. Which among these are both primary and secondary pollutant? A. Ozone or O3. B. PM or particulate matter. C. NO2 or nitrogen dioxide. And D. H2SO4 or sulfuric acid. Ang dami pa rin nagkamali. So, ang tamang sagot po is NO2 or nitrogen dioxide. So, eto na. Ito na, malalaman natin kung sino ang winner at sino ang nanguna pala. Wala palang prizes, kaya... Yay! Jude got the first place. Second, si Nicholas. And third, si Daisuke. That's ends our presentations. Sana marami kayong natutunan. If yung mga nagkamali, pwede nyong i-review yung yung live natin sa YouTube. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Sir Dan. Sobrang saya nung game na yun. And marami siguradong nag-enjoy dun sa mga commentary mo, sir. Sorry na po di kami nag-review, ah. Joke lang, sir. So, so thank you again, Sir Dan, and for everyone who participated in the game. So, pero wait lang po pala, may announcement. Sabi ng aming team, parang meron na po ata daw na prize. So, I think there's a prize na for the top 3 winners. So, you can just send the yung screenshot. So, like evidence na kayo yun. And then, just email it to sikap@philsa.gov.ph. Or if taga po kayo, malapit kayo sa Eastwood City, sa may Libis, you can drop by in our office to claim your prize if ever. So, ayun. Yun yung announcement. Biglang announcement. So, thank you po sa mga nag-participate and congratulations to all winners. So, ayun. Thank you again, Sir Dan, for everyone who participated in the game. So, we would also like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for supporting SIICaP. We wouldn't be here without your support. So, to conclude our webinar, we would like to welcome Engineer Nico Pante of the High Performance Computing and Information Systems Division and the project leader of SIICaP to give us a message or closing remarks. Hello, Sir Nico.
Hello everyone. Pasensya sa biglaang announcement. So yan, a pleasant Friday to everyone. I would like to thank you on behalf of the organizers I also appreciate the invaluable contributions of our speakers to monitoring and actually safeguarding our natural resources and environment. Today, we learned about space data value chain. So we generate value through space product. With the help of space data, we can better understand, track, mitigate, impact, and have a sustainable management of our natural resources, which can benefit our economy. One of the speakers have also mentioned that datasets available outside might not be perfect, and there's a need to generate our own datasets. So this one brings me back to my why or reason to working in science. So this message is from UP Professor Maricor Soriano. She has mentioned that we have global problems like one of the presentations, uh, uh, which is like air pollution. So, but the solutions that come up from the West, like America or Europe, might not be suitable in the Philippines. Thus, we need local solutions for our global problems. So it is likewise that we need rooted scientists and experts like our speakers who can generate our own data sets to help solve the problems that we face. So finally, the goal of Space Data Mobilization series is to appreciate space data. Indeed, it helps us a lot. I was amazed and educated by the presentations. So finally, I'd like to close this by inviting you again in the last part of this series next month. It will be on the uses of space data on agricultural applications. I hope to see everyone here again next month. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nico, for that closing remarks. So now we're nearing the end and medyo nakakaramdam na tayo ng gutom kasi 12 na. So before we send the evaluation link, may we ask for a photo opportunity with you? So for the participants and the speakers, so please turn on your cameras if possible. Hold your smile for a few seconds as our SIICaP team takes screenshots. All right. Ay, hintayin lang po natin for few seconds to kapag open yung participants natin from all over the Philippines. So thank you for joining us today.
And let's wait for the others to turn their cameras on. May nakikita pa po akong nag-turn on ng kanilang cameras. Yan. Sige po. Exercise po muna yung mga mukha ninyo for your smiles. Okay? Ready na po ba tayong lahat? Sige. Just a few more seconds po. Kasi medyo madami-dami po tayo today. Right. Ang pages to. Sorry. Medyo medyo hina ang aking internet ngayon. Alright, sige, I think we are ready. Sir RD and Miss Ida, please take the photo na rin. Everybody, say space and hold it for 5 seconds habang sinitake po yung photo natin together. Space! Right? Smile, 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 and okay na po tayo.
You know, thank you, Ma'am Jo and the team. So that's it for our webinar today. For participants, please accomplish the evaluation form to receive your certificate of attendance. So the link is the link will be posted in the chat box below. So once again, thank you for joining the mission. Please continue following the FILSA journey. Visit our website and follow our social media for updates. And have a good rest of the day. So See you po on the next webinars. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice lunch.